everyone, welcome back to my channel. I hope you all are having a fantastic day. It is beautiful weather today in Texas, so it's making me extremely happy, and this is my first day without my crutches, so I'm pumped up. So anyways, today is a super fun video. I am going to start a series. I've done a top 5 series before, like top 5 from certain categories, top 5 blushes and bronzers, but I thought it would be fun to do top 5 products from specific brands. So I think I'm gonna have them go like drugstore high-end, drugstore high-end, so we kind of get a mixture. I've tried a lot of makeup products, so I'm just gonna tell you the things that I love, my top 5 products from each specific brand. And today we're gonna start out with one of my favorite drugstore brands, and that is Physicians Formula. So fun fact, I actually filmed this video the day I got my hair done. So it's completely a different color in the clips that I'm gonna insert from this morning, because I do want to insert clips of me demoing the products, just that way you can see how they apply, how they look on the skin, how easy they are to blend, etc. So I did film earlier this morning, and then I got my hair done. I love it. It's something different. I don't know if it's coming across on camera, but it has a lot of like blush tones, kind of like the color of my shirt. A lot of pink in it in person, and I'm really digging it for the summer. It's something different. Girl, I have had my hair 50,000 million different colors. So anyway, I just needed something different, you know? So let's go ahead and jump into the video. I'm not gonna go in any specific order, but if I were to, this would be my #1 favorite from this entire brand. This is my holy grail foundation. It is the Physicians Formula Healthy Foundation. This has SPF 20. It says it's a brightening complex. I'm in the color LN3. They have a whole bunch of different shades in this range. It does come on a doe foot applicator, which I wasn't the biggest fan of, but I've grown to really love it. This foundation it gets really messy around the top, but this foundation is just literally the perfect foundation for my skin. I have combo skin. I get oily in the T-zone sometimes, and then I'm drier on the outside of my cheeks, but also I am on a prescription cream for my acne. So my chin kind of sometimes gets dry patches just because that's where I focus the cream. I have a lot of like hormonal stuff going on. So anyway, I have kind of tricky skin, but this foundation just works. It always works. It works at the gym when I'm sweating. It works outside when it's super humid. It works, you know, when it's cold weather, because it really hydrates. It makes your skin just look healthy. Just like it says, it doesn't feel like you're wearing a full face of foundation. It kind of feels like you're wearing a tinted moisturizer almost, but it gives you coverage. And I wouldn't say that, I'm looking in my mirror, I wouldn't say it's a full coverage foundation. I usually put a light layer on, and I get pretty light to medium coverage, and then I kind of build it on my chin, because like I said, that's where I have my problem areas. It builds beautifully. You can build it up to full coverage if you wanted to. I have found that with a brush, I get a lot fuller coverage with that application method. Today in the demo, I used a beauty blender just because I don't really want a full coverage look today. But I like applying it with a beauty blender and a brush. For some reason, I'm kind of in a rut with using a foundation brush over a beauty blender, just because, well, I've been on crutches and it's work to wash your beauty blender every day. Like, I have to walk to the sink, which doesn't sound like a big deal until you're on crutches. So anyway, today I did use a beauty blender. I think it applies both. It applies either way beautifully. If you haven't picked up this is a newer drugstore foundation. It's newer at the drugstore. If you haven't picked it up, I definitely recommend you try it. It is really, really good. I've been wanting to try their primer. I think it's called the Spotlight Primer. I think I might really enjoy that, especially with this foundation. But I do have the L'Oreal Glotion, which seems to be kind of similar to that primer. So I want to use up the L'Oreal Glotion before I purchase the Physicians Formula one. But anyways, I definitely highly recommend this foundation. I think even if you have oily skin, You could use this with a mattifying primer. Just be sure and set it. Whenever I'm using this foundation, 98% of the time, I do not set my whole face. I just set up under my eyes and my T-zone. I don't set like my cheeks, and it stays all day. I have done a video with this foundation, so I will link it in a card above, and I'll also link it in the description box. Okay, let's move on, and this is a holy grail, y'all. This is why I wanted to do Physicians Formula first, is because I have a couple Holy Grail products from them. So I just love the brand. The Butter Bronzer. The Butter Bronzer. Now, some people, if you're sensitive to smells and you don't like a coconutty type, sunscreeny type smell, you might not like this. I personally, it makes me so happy to open this in the mornings and put it on, just because I love this smell. One of my favorite place in the whole world is the beach. So it just reminds me of being at the beach. This is just the bronzer. They do have a light one, which if you're fair skin, try just the regular bronzer, because I tried the light and it was too light for me, and I'm pretty fair. And then I want to say they came out with like a medium or a deep one. I think they released a different color too, but this one is just so good. It is the perfect bronzer. You can use it to contour because it's not too warm. It's just beautiful. And then another product, my number 3 product, is actually from the Butter line as well. It is the Butter Highlighters. You guys, this formula is so good. It reminds me, I've said this before in other videos, it reminds me so much of the ColourPop blushes, just because the formula it's not as bouncy, but it feels too creamy to just be a powder, if that makes sense. But just look at this. I mean, honestly, now this one's in the color Pearl. The one that I applied to my cheeks and am wearing today is in the color Rose. It just says Pink Rose. It's just so beautiful. This is a really pretty, the pink one's a really pretty blush topper, but it's really pretty as a highlighter too, and these are gorgeous on the eyelids as eyeshadows. So I strongly, strongly, strongly recommend these. They are so good. And then another kind of cheek product from Physicians Formula, my number 4 item, is this one. And this one's kind of old school. I remember Emily from Lisette's Beauty. Oh, I miss her. She hasn't been posting as regular as she used to, but she's just a girl after my own heart. And she talked about this blush, and ever since then I went out and bought it, and I have loved it so much. It's the Happy Booster blush, and it's in the color Rose. And first of all, the packaging, like just the fact that it's little hearts makes me happy. And it's clear, so you can see it through there. And these hearts, I swear, I have been using this product for years, and the hearts are still perfectly intact. This is the blush I'm wearing today. It's just pretty. It seems like some of the hearts are matte, and then looking at it in the pan, it might look like some of them have a little bit of sheen or shimmer to them, but they don't. When you rub them all together and apply them to the cheeks, it is just a matte blush, but it's beautiful, a perfect rosy everyday pink cheek, and I really like it. So I had to mention this for my number 4 product because I love this blush so much. I think the formula is good. They last on the cheeks a long time. They blend beautifully, and I love it. The very last thing, I didn't really insert a demo of me applying this because it's just a lip product, but it's the only lip product I have on my lips right now, so you can kind of see what it looks like on my face. It is the Physicians Formula, obviously, the Healthy Lip. It's a velvet finish liquid lipstick. It's kind of like a moussey texture, but not so much to where when you put it on, you know how some mousse liquid lipsticks kind of move around when you put them on, even just moving around with just the applicator. This doesn't do this. You put it on and it kind of stays put, but it's very, very, very comfortable to wear. And also another thing that's tricky with liquid lipsticks is sometimes they can wear away kind of funky, and this one does not. This is just a really good formula. That's what I have on. Like I said, this is in the color All Natural. I like the applicator. I like the formula. I like the longevity. I like the feel. I definitely recommend these liquid lipsticks. They're really good. They're probably my favorite at least one of my top 3 from the drugstore, but it might be my favorite formula. It's really, really, really a good one. I do have an honorable mention just because I'm that girl. I didn't really want to mention this because it really isn't a makeup product per se, but it is from Physicians Formula and I do love it. It is their Bright Booster Oil Elixir. It's just an oil, but I really like this. I apply it to my neck as a moisturizer. Sometimes I apply it to my face. I put this stuff in my hair. I like the dropper. It just smells like an oil, really. But I like that you can get this at the drugstore as opposed to like going and getting the Josie Maran argan oil or something that you have to go to like a Sephora for or something. I like that, you know, they have an oil elixir available at the drugstore. It's a great moisturizer for, like I said, your face, your neck, your hands, your hair, your elbows, because my elbows get so dry. Anyway, I really like this product, so I wanted to throw it in there because if you haven't tried it, it's a good, affordable version of a facial oil. So those are my top 5 makeup products from Physicians Formula, with an honorable mention, of course. You'll have to let me know in the comments below what you guys love from the brand. I know they have some eyeshadow palettes. I've tried them. Meh, they're all right. They have some other products that I've really been eyeballing though, like that primer. So let me know in the comments what you guys love from Physicians Formula, and let me also know if you have a preference of what you want to see next, like what brand. I'm super pumped about this series. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. So I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.